If you want to automate repetitive tasks like copying and pasting, creating similar reports multiple times, or formatting data in certain manner every time, then macros will do this job with just one click. So suppose we get this type of data where we have marks of students from different class and number of students in each class varies. And if we have to format the data every time so as to look in this manner, which means that every time we have to remember all the steps we do in the first sheet and repeat the same steps for each sheet. So, what we can do instead, we can record all the steps first time when we are doing and then just press a button and apply all the steps in each sheet. That's what Excel macros are capable of doing. Let's see how this works. Here we have names of students, marks obtained, and average marks of the class. Now, we have this information from different class with exactly same columns in different sheets, but some class have more students while some has less. What we have to do is format the data properly and make the process dynamic so that we don't have to repeat the same steps for each sheet. To do that, we will record a macro. There are two ways of doing this. Either we click this icon on the status bar, or we can go to Developer tab and click on Record Macro button. In case you can't see this icon on the status bar, then right click on the status bar and select Macro Recording. If you can't see the Developer tab in Excel ribbon, then go to File, Options, Customize ribbon and checkmark Developer tab and click OK. Now, since we have our macro button, we'll start recording our macro. But before we start recording macro, we need to think through all the steps required to achieve the desired result. Now let us click this button and start recording macro. Click OK. Now, we can see here recording macro is on. So now, whatever keys we press or wherever we click our mouse, everything will get recorded. Let us first give border to this data. For that, we will have to select the data starting from A3. Now, selecting the data in this way with mouse is a wrong practice while recording macro. But allow me to select this with mouse so that I can show what goes wrong. Now we will give single border to all cells, change font to Trebuchet MS. Now we'll select only header, change font color white, background to black and set font as bold. Now let us stop recording macro and test this. Let's go to class B and go to Developer tab. Click on macros. We have our macro here. If we had assigned a shortcut to this macro, then we could have run the macro with that shortcut. But since we haven't, we have to take this route. Let's select our macro and click run. Now we can see that we have extra border even after our data because this sheet has less rows as compared to the earlier one. And if this had more, then few rows might not get bordered. Now let's see why this happened. We'll go to Developer tab and click on Visual Basic. Now, whatever steps we did were recorded in this module. We can see that the range selected is A3 to C26. So, this range is not dynamic because we selected it with mouse. Now let's delete this macro and clear all formats from both the sheets and do it in right manner. Click on Record Macro, give it a name, say Format, and give a shortcut key, say Ctrl G and OK. Click on A3, Shift Ctrl right arrow key. So this has selected the header. Now make background black, font color white, font weight bold. Now press Shift Ctrl down arrow key to select all the data. We'll give single border to all cells. Change font to Trebuchet MS. Now press shortcut Alt O C A to autofit the column with the length of the data in it. Now go to cell A1 and select till C1. Merge and center, bold, font size 14, font family Tribuchet MS. Now let's stop the recording and go to class B sheet and press our shortcut Ctrl J, and we have identical formatting as we needed. Let's apply the same in rest of the sheets. Now let's add a blank sheet and see what happens when we use this macro on blank sheet. So this macro runs irrespective of if the data is there or not. To fix this, we will have to modify the macro code a bit. We'll go to Developer tab, click on Visual Basic, go to the module, and just before the range select, we will add a condition. And it goes like, if open parenthesis range open parenthesis double quotes A3 double quotes close parenthesis dot value space equal to space double quotes name double quotes. This means that the below macro code should only run when the cell A3 contains text as name. We'll add one more condition and also check if there is at least one row as data after the header by checking if cell A4 is not empty. To do this, we'll add our condition in this logic itself and range open parenthesis double quotes A4 double quotes close parenthesis dot value space not equal to space double quotes close parenthesis then. So now our logic says to run the below code only if our A3 cell contains text as name and A4 cell is not empty. We'll close our if condition with AND if just above the AND sub. And we are done. Now let us test this code in new sheet. There is no change in the sheet, which means that our code ran perfectly fine. If you want to learn more on how to code macros in Excel, then very soon I'll be starting a new series on macro training. So stay connected and subscribe to the channel to get regular updates. So that's all in this video. If you found this video useful, please like and share with your friends. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, do it right now and press the bell icon besides the subscribe button so that you don't miss on any new videos that I upload. Thanks for watching.